So I'm here at our foundation, and when I come to site after a foundation's poured, what am I looking for? Let me show you some of the details that I want to go into. Let me give you kind of my list. So the first thing I want to see is, how does the pour look? I want to make sure there's not something called honeycombing. Here is kind of a really minor example of it, but what can actually happen is, instead of this being smooth, you actually can see all of the aggregate inside the concrete, which means they didn't vibrate the foundation properly in order for it to get rid of all of the air. You end up with a bunch of these air pockets. That's really minor. As you can see, the majority of the foundation here is actually really good. The footing, there's no like gaps or issues. The other thing I'm looking for is, when my guys that came to strip, did they clean up? Here you can see they left a bunch of wood all around. They didn't really do a good job of cleaning up all the little bits of wood. Like, there's a pile over there, that's fine. There's a pile down there, that's fine. But I want all of that in one pile, right? Because I want it to be easy to clean up and get rid of. That's what we're hiring them to do when they come and strip the forms. That's their entire job. The other thing I'm looking for are all my structural tie downs in place. So here's all my bolts. Do they look like they're in the correct spacing? There is my embed for the concrete. Those are all in the correct spots, as you guys can see over there. I'm also looking for my other structural tie downs. You can see those kind of metal things sticking up, just like right here beside the water jug. The other thing I'm looking for is, did they stack the forms nicely and the wood nicely so I can get rid of it, because I've got to remove it from the foundation. Those are just a few things that I look for when I'm coming. The main thing I'm really looking for is, like what I talked about, is I want to make sure the pour went well. There's no major honeycombing. There's no issues with the foundation, because I can't see it until they pull the forms off. So my number one thing is, let's make sure we actually got a really good pour and there's nothing we need to correct.